Justin Joseph, during the previous question and answer session, someone asked you regarding attending the Society of St. Pius attend Mass. Doing some research on it, I have found it as absolutely valid. It fulfills your Sunday obligation by attending Mass at the SSPX chapel. There are two in Bombay, I suppose. Also, Pope Francis has given them faculty to administer the sacrament of confession. They also take the name of Pope Francis and the local bishop of the particular diocese in the canon of their Mass, which I suppose makes it perfect to attend their Mass. Also, the rubrics of the 1962 Missal. Can you please give some clarification on this? Yes, Justin, thank you for the question, and thank you for doing research on it. Let me tell you that you're right, and you're slightly wrong also in certain section of your conclusions. It's absolutely valid, very true. The Mass is valid. A Mass is valid, the Eucharist, let's say, when I say Mass, the Eucharist is valid, validly consecration. There is the real presence if the Mass is offered by a validly ordained priest. And the priest is validly ordained if the bishop ordaining him was a validly ordained bishop. If you can trace the lineage, then you can come to the conclusion validly ordained or not validly ordained. We had a problem in the church, we had a difficulty in the church when there were a large number of Anglican pastors who wanted to join the Catholic Church. Now the question was, were they validly ordained or not? If we can trace the problems of the bishop ordaining them, the bishop's ordination back to St. Peter, to the apostles, then it's a valid ordination. If there's a break, then at least it is doubtful. And therefore what finally Rome decided that all these who wanted to continue as priests in the Catholic Church and were pastors in the Anglican Church had to be ordained conditionally. They were all ordained conditionally, so that they could operate as priests and say Mass. Now, as far as the priests of the Society of St. Pius X, maybe I must give you the history. Society of St. Pius X was started by Archbishop Marcel Lefebre. He was a prominent father of the council. He was a white father. He was a missionary in Africa and very much respected. But he broke off from the Holy Father because he felt Vatican II had gone too far. It was an ecumenical council, valid ecumenical council, had taken a decision with which he didn't agree. Therefore, he started a separate society. Most recently, forget that happened soon after the council, Pope Benedict made great efforts to try to reconcile, did not want to have, it became a schismatic church. It was, therefore, Pope St. John Paul II had to formally declare an excommunication that this group has now left the church, and he had to declare it especially when some bishops ordained other bishops without clearing the Holy See. That's infringement of canon law. You incur automatic excommunication. So they were excommunicated. But you could trace from, they were ordained, you could trace to Archbishop Lefebre, and Lefebre was certainly validly ordained. So therefore, the first part of your statement is correct. The Eucharist is valid. Jesus is really present when they say Mass. But they do not belong to the community. So you do not fulfill the Sunday obligation because you've got to attend the Mass. In the community, the idea is that it's an obligation, unless it's an emergency. There's no other place, no Catholic church available. In Mumbai, of course, there are so many churches within walking distance. You said that Pope Francis given the faculty to administer the sacrament of confession. Pope Francis did not give any special faculty to anyone. Pope Benedict had given the faculty to them in some instances, and he said this confession is valid. Pope Francis has neither extended nor at the moment withdrawn. The matter is being studied at the moment. They take the name of Pope Francis and the local bishop of the particular diocese. Now, taking the name of the local bishop does not really, or taking the name of the Pope, does not make the Mass or them belong to the Catholic Church. In China, some of our priests whom I know had gone to Bombay, had gone to China and attended Mass, and some churches they did mention the name of Pope Francis, but when they went for some Masses, they did not mention the name of Pope Francis. But that by mentioning or not mentioning would not affect the validity of the Mass at all. So therefore, Justin, the Eucharist is valid, the Mass is a valid Mass. I'm not saying invalid Mass, but it's not, they do not belong to the Catholic Church. It's like attending, and the Orthodox also have a valid sacraments. It's like attending an Orthodox church. The next question